Okay, where do we start?
How to make coffee. Start with your espresso. You want to make sure that you fill this little container. You don't want to fill it too full. Really loosely packed, it should be like this. Of course, wow, I'm so drawing a blank. The perfect espresso shot all starts with a perfectly packed shot. So what I recommended to Chris, what I recommend to you is to try to keep the top of your tamper, and you need a tamper, by the way. Go to an Italian grocery store and get one. Or if you can't find one, let us know, we'll mail you one. You want to keep it so that it's about even with this. It's going to give you just about the right amount of beans, grounds. So you want to make sure you grind it. I tap out the excess to make sure that it's a nice, smoothly tamped shot. Go around and around and around and push hard. You can see, like, my hands are white, so that should do it. We're going to use this, pull it back, let it spring. Light's green, trap it clean. I find this machine is getting a little bit louder, but we're really fortunate that there's a Saeco service office right down the street from us. You can see the coffee coming through, and inside the mug there's a nice head of crema in there. Because we're making a latte, I tend to let it go a little bit longer just because I'm a caffeine junkie. So it's starting to run a little whitish, so I just give it a shut off. Turn on your steam. You want to use skim milk for the best foam possible. Anything with a higher fat content doesn't give you a proper big, full, thick head of foam on it. If you're just doing espresso shots, you can absolutely do this into a shot glass. I would be careful because it's going to fill up fast. There's different ways of adjusting how fast your espresso comes out, but I am not that much of a freak. I'm just not. So I'm just waiting for my light to go on. This one. And when it does, it means, yay, coffee.
So what's this thing called?
This is your Panarella frother. It comes off, and this will do just really well for steamed, plain old steamed milk. This is what you put on it to give it that big, thick, creamy head of foam. Okay, so your light's on. A lot of purists will argue that you should try to keep this right beneath, about an inch beneath the tip of, the tip should be an inch beneath the line of milk, but again, I can't be arsed to do that first thing in the morning. How I check it is just to see how hot it's getting. You want it to be hot because you want your coffee to be, your latte or whatever you're drinking, you want it to be hot too. Oh, it's getting hot! Oh, okay, now I'm starting to feel it's getting really hot, which is good. You want to listen, because if it starts making a sound kind of like a jet engine, it'll start going. That means you've oversteamed your milk, and unless you're the second cup, which we love you second cup, you don't want to do that. You want to have it just hot. I should have you can hear it starting? I should have a thermometer in here, but again, can't be arsed. Okay, cranking it off. I pull this off and down, and then I make it a big mess. Although usually I do this with a paper towel because I then use the paper towel to smack out the grounds. So we're going to make another coffee. So I'm not going to pull this off and rinse it, but I'd show you, normally if I was done for the day, I'd pull this off, go over and rinse it, and every once in a while you got to make sure that that the little hole that is right here, is that little tiny hole? You got to make sure that that gets poked out so that you're running a good steady stream of flow. Blast some steam through it to make sure it's done. And there's your coffee. You want to pull this out first. You can go on and make your delicious cup of coffee like this. If you're really fancy, you could try to do some latte art, but yeah, first thing in the morning, that's not a priority. And there you go. Turn off your steamer. You're going to undo your filter basket. I push down because I've had an overpacked shot explode and coffee grounds go everywhere, which is disgusting. So you can hear the release. Hold it there until it releases. Pull it down, and there you go. We're going to walk this over here. And you're going to get a look at our deliciously fancy garbage. Oh, there you go, garbage. Now, if you've done a good perfectly packed shot, which Chris did the first time we ever made it, it pops out in a puff. Mine didn't. Whatever. And you just wipe it out and go on to make coffee number 2.